Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, The Mondazir Critique. I'm Pascal, and today I'm going to be reviewing the latest action-adventure thriller movie titled Plane, which was directed by Jean-Francois Richet and stars Gerard Butler, Mike Colter, Daniela Pineda, Tony Goldwyn, and many more. The film opens with Butler's Brody Torrance character. He is a long-time tough pilot, preparing for a 6-hour trip to Tokyo all the way from Singapore. There's news of bad weather on the horizon, but the low budget airline still clears the plane to fly, believing that they can fly above or through the storm. Bad idea. While preparing for takeoff, Brody is told that they have to transport a prisoner on the flight as well, who goes by the name Luis Gaspar, and he has been convicted of murder. This character is played by Mike Colter. The rest of the cast is filled with a small crew and just a handful of passengers with various personalities. We have that rude, inconsiderate, middle-aged American man, a young female friends, and a few couples traveling together. It's a really kind of pretty empty flight. I think there's only 14 passengers, not including the crew or including the crew, I'm not sure. But back to the weather. The plane takes off just fine until they hit a bad patch in the storm. And after a terrifying, nauseating sequence of bad turbulence, and thanks to some Herculean efforts by Brody and his co-pilot, they managed to land in some remote part of the Philippines. It wasn't his idea to do it, but it's another bad idea. This area is run by separatists who answer to nobody but themselves. They do not listen to Filipino law or the government. They rule this part of the land by themselves, and they really do not like strangers coming into their area. So it's up to Brody and an unlikely ally to save themselves from the violent group. This movie is fun and great, point blank period. I was in a super bad mood when I went to go see it, and I definitely needed to take my mind off of things, turn my brain off for a while and just watch a good, dumb movie that would keep my attention, and this did exactly that. First of all, it's super short. It's only about an hour, 40 minutes and some change, but it really felt like it was about an hour and 20 minutes. That's how tight and intense it was at all times, which I think points to a pretty good script. There's no fat on this at all. It's just a simple, straight story of survival for a group of people. I was worried that there was going to be this overwrought political background story regarding the militants, but they even kept that history to a minimum, which was really smart. But the greatest part of this movie is just that string of anxiety and tension that you feel while watching, and Richet did such a good job of keeping that just tightness going from the beginning to the very end. And I thought the two leads were really great. I feel like this is a role we've seen Gerard Butler play before. It kind of reminded me of his Mike Banning character in the Olympus Has Fallen, Angel Has Fallen movies that has Morgan Freeman as the president. You know what I'm talking about. It's that kind of everyman character where he's not a superhuman in any way, but he's written with near superhuman capabilities because nobody and no one can touch him. He's done this before, but it's okay because he's really good at it. But the standout for me was Mike Colter for sure. The only other thing I've seen him in is the Luke Cage series that he led, and I actually didn't really like the show, but I finished the first season strictly for him because I thought he was just that charismatic and interesting of an actor. But I really haven't been paying attention to his career otherwise, but I need him to be in way more action movies where he's the star, because I genuinely think he elevated this character in a movie that didn't really need him to be this complex character, but he played a convicted killer with a lot of heart. They could have just left him as this killing machine and it would have still, I think, worked for this really simple movie. But Colter brought lots of just charisma and mystery to him that just made him super interesting. I actually wanted to know more about his background and his story and how he ended up being convicted of murder. I won't spoil the plot points, but his character makes a decision at the end of the movie that's just really interesting to me, and it just added another layer to his character that I wanted to learn more about. I don't know, I think he was great in it. He was just far more the most interesting person in it. I absolutely recommend this movie. It really is just a quick, great escape, and I actually kind of want to see it again because I'm like, I just want to see a lot of dumb action happening in front of me. I don't know how long it's gonna be in theaters because it really isn't making that much noise, and it's a good movie, but it's not gonna blow your pants off. But again, if you were like me, if you were super bored and you just wanted to turn your brain off for a while and go watch something that will keep your attention and entertaining, this is a really good option. And that is the Mondesir Critique. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.